Welcome back, everybody, to my YouTube channel's Tour de France coverage, Stage 9 today. I am your host, Patrick Ramirez. With me as, well, it's your first time.
Yeah.
We did the preview show, but this is your first time during the stage. It is my fellow friend, comedian, and cyclist, Dan Dowling. You know him as Gravel Dan. Dan, welcome.
That's right. Dirty Dan.
You were international Dan when you went to Japan. Then you were Gravel Dan. You took on, you're a gravel racer, and you just gave yourself Dirty Dan too.
Dirty Dan, yeah. Well, I'm a Southerner now too, so.
Oh, is that right? Wow. He's a Southerner.
That's right.
We're talking Stage 9, Dan. And I've been starting off with just headlines of the stage. I got 3 for today. What do you think of these 3 headlines? I got number 1, Joao Almeida abandons the race. Tim Miller wins a sprint stage. And Matthew Van Der Poel almost spoils the day. Where do you want to start?
Boy. Let's take them reverse order.
Okay. Van Der Poel almost spoils the day. Made a really boring stage on paper really fun to watch, especially that last half hour.
Totally. I was like, oh, another sprint stage. I'll put it on in the background and do some stuff, do some chores or whatever. And then I was like, wait a second, what's going on? This is crazy. And I'm like, is he trying to get the jersey back? What are his ambitions here? Is it just, it was such a crazy move for just a stage win.
Mm-hmm.
And
Phil Liggett and Bob Roll were like, at one point, just all of a sudden doing the math. They're like, he could be in the jersey. Like, it could happen.
Yeah, he was the leader on the road for a bit. But I was like, I guess the prestige of having the jersey for a day or another day or two would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was like, but I'm like, obviously he wasn't trying. Didn't think he was going to turn himself into a GC contender and get 20 minutes somehow on the field. But
yeah, I think I'm with you. I think he went off in the break, and all of a sudden the jersey was in grasp, in reach. It was like, oh, might as well try for it. And then that went away, and it's like, okay, might as well try for the stage. So it made it really fun. Like with like a kilometer to go, I think he had like 8 seconds. So you're like, well, okay, who knows what could happen. It was really nail biting. It was a really fun stage just because of that.
A part of me was thinking he might, pull something out of the bag like he does sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he had already dug deep into that bag over the final 20 kilometers just to hang on.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to show how far his teammate, what was the teammate's name? It's
Jonas Ricard.
Jonas Ricard, who you saw how he wanted to stop several times.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Big day for Jonas Ricard, who at some point, I think even Bob Roll said he's done his work for the day. And then they go back to him, and he was still with them.
All right, I'll try to pull again. I want to see their power numbers over the day.
Yeah.
I was saying, they went from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And
was anybody with them other than those two? Was it just them?
It was just them. And from what I recall too, it was gosh, I'm already forgetting his name. We're gonna call him JK. JK went first, and then Matthew Van Der Poel was like, oh, I'll hop on that too. So I wonder if this was sort of unplanned, or if it was just planned for maybe him to go on by himself, or they thought they were going to get a big group going, and then they could sort of, if Mathieu Van Der Poel had, an extra teammate, they could, get a good group working together. But yeah, it was just the two of them. And I didn't see the initial breakaway, but then replayed it, and it was like the drop of the flag. JK went for it, and then Mathieu Van Der Poel just left on after a few seconds. And I suspect he thought, oh, we're going to have a little bit of a group, and we can try to do something.
Yeah, you would have guessed it would have been bigger than 2 riders of the same team in the break of the day. But it was just, and they essentially kind of went on a road trip together today, 100+ miles, just you and me sitting in the car, driving all this countryside. You're just like, whoa, these guys just had a day out together. These guys just broed out all day long today.
Well, I thought about that too, but it would look like the worst possible. Like they were time trialing for like 6 hours. I was like, they don't get to stand up. Like they maybe get to chat a little bit, but they're staying. Like if you're
Yeah.
taking your pulls on front, you're like, whatever your calculated level of power is, and arrow tuck.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a really super windy day today, so it's probably very difficult to communicate anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, there was like some Zen monk stuff going on there just to stay focused for that long.
Yeah, just kind of riding hard in silence, giving each other little head nods,
Yeah.
eating some gels from their pockets, probably a little
Right.
communication from the car. And God, it might have been it. It might have been the whole damn day, just them sort of doing their thing.
I wonder if the secret to that kind of performance is having just two guys who are on the same team too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Maybe that worked for today.
they have a rapport. There's not a third one where you can be like, well, there's three people you can try to hide a little bit, right? And with two, they're like, well, I want to go as hard as I can for my teammate. And the other guy's, well, I want to go as hard as I can for my teammate. And probably some, internal competitiveness too, for the stuff in the training camp. So yeah, I thought it was amazing. It did make for what should have been a super boring stage fun, but
yeah, I was ready for the stage to be slow, boring, sprint finish. It had the one intermediate sprint like in the first 20K, and then that was it for the rest of the day until the finish line. So also, with the stage today, this kind of goes into headline number 2, Tim Miller wins the stage. It got a little spicy in the group as well that last hour with the crosswind road. All of a sudden, like the peloton was moving like left to right, then it shifted right to left, and the camera actually got a really good shot at it. And everybody was attentive. Like everybody was ready. So there was no little surprises like we had in those first couple of days. So the stage actually ended up having a lot of intrigue to watch to it as it kept going. But Tim Miller wins the stage. Pretty good sprint finish, I thought. Coming over the top of Jonathan Milan, who opened it up first. And Miller is just solo freelancing these sprints. Yeah. And he got it today. So who do you like in the sprint green jersey competition? Because Milan's in the lead, but this year is really weird because there's a lot of points on the line on these finish lines. And actually, Pogačar is in the green jersey lead right now. And there isn't like any sprint stages for a long time now. So what do you think of this newly formatted sprint points version where there's a lot of points on these finish lines and very little in the intermediates?
I mean, it's weird. It does strike me more of a points competition than a sprint competition now. It reminds me of like the points race on the track or something, where you can strategize. I don't know if you're familiar with the points racing on the track, but you can strategize that a few different ways, waiting for bunch sprints, doing breakaways, and then calculating things a certain way. And it seems like one could target the points jersey through a more sophisticated breakaway type of game a little bit. And that's why I was meant to check. I was like, is Mathieu van der Poel trying to get a points? Is this a points tactic he's trying to do? And maybe thinks he can do a green, like compete for the green jersey. But I don't know. I kind of prefer it being the pure sprinter jersey. But I haven't looked down on the breaking down of the points. If they don't already, I would like them to give a little extra points to things like the hilly sprint stages, the little uphill finishes.
That'd be a nice wrinkle. That'd be interesting.
So crazy that it's going to be your climbers winning it, but that you're you're more of your punchy sprinters.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting wrinkle. There were no KOM points on tap for today either, so that probably affected the makeup of the breakaway early as well. Mm-hmm. There was nothing to snatch up there. So how about Tim Miller and Jonathan Milan? Those are pretty much our only sprinters this year. Like Girmay kind of made a mess of it again today.
Yeah.
I wrote down, because I didn't even know he was in the race this year, was Groenewegen. Groenewegen is in this race, apparently. He's been nowhere near the front. Who am I leaving out in the sprinters? Philipsen crashed out. We know that. But it's become just these two as our main guys, and Girmay has not been anywhere near it. I think he got in the mix that first sprint stage. That was it, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at the top Well, actually, I checked the tour standings today. Milan is back on top, then Pogacar, Benny, Merlier, and then Van der Poel is in 5th right now.
Okay.
Oh, and Jonas Vingegaard is in 7th. So.
Oh, that's right, yeah, Jonas. No. He's bulked up this year.
Yeah, that's right. Throwing down the hammer.
What's Milan's points lead over Pogacar?
He's at 227 over, and Pogacar is at 156.
Okay, so his big second place points today was put him over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, he got 7. Yeah, he got 15 points today. It looks like, I see what this was, because Van der Poel and his teammate, who's not actually JK, it's JR.
Oh, I was wondering what you're saying there. I thought you were just kidding. No, JR. Johnny Ricks.
They took the balance of the points today. I guess there was a lot of points with that individual one. All right, maybe I should have paid attention to that more. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that, I mean, Benny's still my man, but I think you're right. He's looking, I think, yeah, his team is sort of in disarray, and he seems to do well when he has that one teammate leading him out at the end and helping him navigate a little bit more. And he hasn't had that, at least that I've seen in the finishes. So.
Yeah, it's like a lot of teams have guys like all the way of 5K to go. But beyond that, it gets really hard to have guys who have that horsepower to actually lead you out. And Trek has had like 2. And that's like the rarity for this year's sprints. Merlier has nobody. Philipsen had a pretty good train going before he crashed out with Van der Poel.
Yeah, he had the super lead out.
He had the super lead out, and that now he's out, and now it's a free for all for everybody there. Caden Groves is now like their sprinter guy, who's got in the mix pretty good now, but they've had to do a serious reset, losing Philipsen. And take out Philipsen's crash, who had a better opening week of the Tour than Alpecin? They won the first stage, the jersey. Van der Poel got the jersey, gave it away, got it back, and then today had a great day out there. Like Alpecin, for not having any GC ambitions at all and losing their sprinter guy, I gotta say morale's probably still up for Alpecin.
Yeah, for sure. And I think Van der Poel too has really changed his branding a little bit in my eyes. I always kind of saw him as sort of this pompous, I've been the best in my region or the country my entire life. What the hell do you know? Type of guy. To okay, now he's actually getting some competition, and he's racing with a little bit more heart. It feels like now. I mean, there's nothing quite as heartbreaking as seeing someone get caught, 500 meters to the line, and you can see their lungs coming out of their body, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. The other weird thing, they flashed Van der Poel's age on the screen today, and he's 29. And I'm like, when did Van der Poel become not the young guy anymore? And you're like, oh, right. He's been in our lives for this long. You just forget how quickly time passes. When he was first in it and wowed, and they were like children in the group, and we were just happy that they hung in the group. All of a sudden, they're the elder statesmen of these races. The other weird thing that trips me out, every time a breakaway gets caught, it's bad enough that, the breakaway gets caught. You're like, oh, they were out all day. They almost made it. They get caught. It's the most scary thing to see with the helicopter shot when the group is absorbing the one rider and everybody goes around the rider. He's going back in the right or the left or the middle. I'm like, geez, can't there just be a way he can just put up the white towel and just get off the road and be like, guys, I'm just going to get back in when you pass. You don't have to go crazy around me. That is kind of stress-inducing for me.
It's like the granny on the highway driving 40 in 92 Corolla or whatever.
He doesn't even have energy to look up. He's got his head down, so he's just peeking, and it looks so scary when someone gets reabsorbed like that. It's like, guys, you got me. You don't need to rush me like this. Last headline that I have for today: Joao Almeida abandons the race. This might be the secret main headline of the day. This is the guy for Pogacar in the mountains, and arguably this is a guy who won that stage for him a couple days ago that brought back the little attack, and then Pogacar sprinted for the win. How serious do you think this abandonment of the race is for UAE?
Um, I mean, I don't know. Part of me is like, Pogacar doesn't seem to need anybody. Um, the only thing I can think of is, yeah, I think, you know, Visma has been probably running computer models on the best way to like use every team member to
Yeah.
do attacks in the mountains. So they're going to have these crazy playbook stuff going, and to the extent he's going to need some help chasing those down could become an issue. But at the same time, it's still Pogacar, and
Not you
he,
don't sound worried.
you know,
You don't think he's gonna be missed, huh?
yeah, if you know, if Pogacar started racing with a broken rib or something, okay, yeah, that's something serious. But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I don't. I think he could show up solo and still win. So
I think I think there's some argument to what you're saying is if anybody else, yeah. Pogacar, no. The guy can
right.
win a sprint, he can win an uphill. We've seen him go from long before solo. I
One
just
of my
think
favorite
it's
things about Pogacar is he'll have teammates leading him out,
Mhm.
and they're still going at their limit. They're like, I have another 500 meters. Pogacar's like, I'm okay. I'm just going to go now, and he'll attack his teammate and basically,
Mhm.
not, so to speak, I'm going to ride around you now because I can unleash it now, and I have plenty to get to the end. It's like he doesn't even need all those lead outs that he
Mhm.
used.
I think just as far as on paper, who's got the strongest team now going into the mountains tomorrow? I think Visma's at least got to feel a little good about this because now they have two potential cards to play with Jorgensen and Jonas.
Yeah.
They might have a shot to control in the mountains. Now, like you just said, it doesn't really matter who tries to control with Pogachar. When he
Right.
wants to go, he's going to go. But that Jorgensen card, if he could get up the road in something and Pogachar doesn't have the Almeida to chase him down and Pogachar has to do it himself, I think Visma has got to think that could be a great plan for us right now. Because I think the only way Visma can really beat a Pogachar is if they have two cards to play. And if
Yeah.
they don't self implode on each other with those two cards. So I think Visma's got to have a little reason to feel good about going into these mountains. What do you think about the co-leader ability? Is this a good option? Is this a potential winning strategy?
I think for Visma, yeah. I mean, they did it before, right? In the Volta with
Mm-hmm.
Seb. So, as long as Jonas doesn't, I mean, they did that when Primoz was still on the team, though, too, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
that was their three-headed monster was Jonas, Primos, and Sep, right?
yeah, Jonas seems a little bit more willing to accept his limitations, I think, post crash. So I
Mm.
think it makes sense. And I think if for whatever reason Jorgensen does become the guy, I think Jonas would go to work for him. So yeah, that is probably they're definitely a strong point for them to maintain
Mm-hmm.
those two guys being very competitive in GC. Because probably, like you said, yeah, it's going to just doing that one too.
It's gonna be like it has to be a stage. The stage that maybe like 5 years ago I hated, where they had a mountain, but that's not the finish. Then they've got a flat and a downhill, then a flat run in. I hated that. I used to hate that because I used to think like, okay, that neutralized the whole climb, but for a team like Visma, that helps them because like now we could potentially have a couple of teammates in a run in that isn't just purely uphill. Pogacar kills us all type
Yeah.
of finish. If Jorgensen can slip off the front like he did in stage 2 with Kevin Vokalon, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, got to go chase him. Jorgensen's a GC threat. I think that's got potential. I think they'll play that card because they tried a little bit on that one stage. So I'm a little bit more hesitant than you. That I think Almeida was going to play a huge role in these mountains, and he's gone. So tomorrow is going to be just a huge day to see who actually has what in the
I
legs.
think I think it's going to depend on how Yates does. How
Right.
Yates is.
Who's gonna fill that role?
I think Narvaez is going to be pretty solid still.
Narvaez has been doing a lot of work. He's doing that like early work. It's been going Narvaez then Almeida, usually the
Yeah,
order. of who hangs for Pogačar. So he's got to step up. You never know to like who is going to actually find these magic legs to help out. Maybe you're right.
I also wonder too who's been told like, hey, I want you to like lose a bunch of time in soft or whatever, not lose time, but soft pedal. Like your main objective is to turn yourself inside out on the mountain sit or whatever. Because it doesn't strike me. I don't think UAE was going in like, hey, let's get a couple guys in the GC to hedge a little bit. I don't think that was ever their strategy.
No, you're right. Well, keep that thought in mind because our next segment is called the USA Report. Oh. I track down every USA rider every day. Today was a sprint finish, so I mean, USA riders finished. The first finisher was Jorgensen, got 43rd, didn't lose any time. Nielsen Palace 57th, and then Koos, Simmons, Will Barta all lost time, but not a big deal to it. So the first question when it comes to USA Report, have you been totally happy with how Trek has used Quinn Simmons in this first week? Because he's been on the front a lot. Early in the race, middle of the race. Today he was helping get Milan positioned in the end. He tried his one breakaway, which was almost a win, which was really good. He put his power numbers up, and they were just unbelievable. And it was like, this was all day, and you're going to race tomorrow? So have you been happy with how Quinn Simmons has been used by Trek in such just like a helper role, and he's a potential stage winner?
I mean, I think they came in. Their goal is probably to get green jersey and get Milan to get as many victories as they can. And to do that, you need to control the peloton a lot of days.
But Quinn Simmons went in that break that one day. They let him ride for himself that day.
That's true. Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. I wonder if maybe they mapped out a few. I mean, I don't know. I think it's actually kind of a cool role to see the guy who can sit on front for however long and just throw down the power. I remember like Dave Zabriskie used to do some stuff like that. So I don't really necessarily feel it's wasted. If nothing else, he's getting a lot of camera time too. Like I said, like I think he is a guy that he's probably happy. He's of that generation that probably knows that if you can build a little bit of a personal brand, he'll end up making more money on the internet.
Well, I'm gonna make the counterpoint then. Just like to your point, like the big money, the big notoriety is with a win, and he can win. This isn't like maybe get a breakaway, get a little lucky. If you were to just go down the list and make a list of the top 20 riders in this tour, I think Quinn Simmons is in the top 20. He can win. This is an American brand bike that they're on. Yeah. I think Lido Trek is an American team. I think their license is American too. And they got Milan for sprints, but why is Quinn Simmons doing like the grunt work in the beginning to middle of these stages? Like anybody can do that stuff and then lose time. I've been disappointed that he can't, that he's been just overused in this first week. And then we saw what he's got in that breakaway. He was so strong. And if it wasn't for an awesome effort by Ben Healy, he would have won that. He got second. His power numbers look like he was the Incredible Hulk. And then at his interview, he's like, yeah, I felt pretty good. I'm going to keep trying. You're like, good God, Quinn Simmons. Unbelievable. So, but how excited would you be if you won a stage?
I think I'd be pretty stoked. Yeah.
Sure. It's my main goal for these next 2 weeks is that the USA champ wins a stage in the tour. When's the last time that happened?
Patriotic.
Yeah. I don't know when that's happened.
I want to see some Frenchies win.
It's Bastille Day tomorrow. Maybe they have a shot. Oh, wait, it's uphill. Wait, Kevin Vogelon. He's in third.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's my little, I love him.
Could he be our surprise GC of this year?
I hope so, but I was trying to look up some, a little bit of history with him. Is he good enough in the mountains?
He's had some good mountains. I was listening to a few deep dive podcasts, and he's had a few good spring mountains, Dauphine, Pyrenees stages.
Tour de Swiss is always very climbing.
I think it's Swiss. Yeah, I think it was Swiss. They'd had a really good. So let's not go crazy that he's just going to get blown out the back tomorrow.
Yeah.
He could just have those magic tour legs. And it's Bastille Day. So, okay, where are you on Sepp Kuss? He's consistently lost a lot of time in these early stages. And I was of the belief that, Sepp Kuss is better when he has no GC ambitions, as a helper. So I'm like, just lose time. Take it easy that last 20 minutes. Recover. Do you think he's sitting on good legs, or is he just not the Sepp Kuss of previous tours?
I keep on forgetting he's even in the race.
Me too. We haven't seen him on camera ever.
Yeah, so something's going on. Either, he doesn't have the legs and maybe he had a virus or something. Or, I don't know, maybe he really messed with Primoz and those were as soon as Primoz left, he seemed to not be as good, right? Like, So maybe there was something with the two of them that he really felt pushed or mentored by Primoz and doesn't have the same rapport. But I agree. Like, it has been like, Sepp Kuss, he was my man, Sepp Kuss 420.
So he's my biggest question mark.
Yeah.
Going in tomorrow. It's also like the Visma Yates guy too. I forget which one that he is. Sean or
he's Simon.
Todd.
Simon or Adam.
Simon or Adam. Sean. I call him Sean. Oh. Who's Sean Yates? That's someone else. Adam Yates is
Sean Kelly.
Sean Kelly. Maybe that's where I messed it up. Okay. The Visma Yates guy. He's a question mark for me tomorrow too. He's shown he's had some good legs. He's shown he's had some bad legs. So Kuss and Yates tomorrow.
Be Yates on Yates rivalry going on there.
That's weird, right? That's
totally
brother versus brother, civil war on the mountain.
Yeah.
And then Will Barta, he gave the breakaway a go. Nielsen Palace, I think he'll give a breakaway a go. Tomorrow could be a sneaky stage for a good breakaway group.
You know what the most defining feature of Will Barta is?
What's that?
He exists, and we just learned about him.
I just learned about him.
Did you know about him before the tour?
I only knew about him because I was looking up USA riders at the start.
No, they flashed him on screen one day, and they're like, Will Barta. I'm like, oh, okay, that's that guy. I'm like,
Will Barta, I think I went to high school with that guy.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
He's like 29 years old also.
Is he just one of these journeyman guys that's kind of under the radar?
Yeah, I think this is his first tour. I think he's raced in the U.S. a bunch. I think he's from Idaho as well.
Yeah, I think he's another Boise kid.
Yeah, so, but he got in that one break with Quinn Simmons that one day, so breaks are on his mind. That's not bad. I'm hoping for a fun breakaway group tomorrow. I really am. So next segment, this one's called Winners and Losers of the Day today. Here are my winners of the day. I got teammate of Mathieu van der Poel, Jonas Ricard. That guy is going to get some awesome slaps on the back tonight.
Yeah.
At the dinner table. Like, there might even be like a duffel bag of some cash from Van der Poel tonight.
Yeah.
Just
Jean-Luc Ricard, the captain is in.
Yes. Like, Jonas, we got a special delivery for you. And it's just some like Eastern European stripper pops out of the cake or something. And he's like, what a country.
A case of Alpecin shampoo.
Yeah. Or they totally lowball him and they, give him a subscription to Shampoo of the Month Club, like in a Christmas Vacation. He gets Jelly of the Month Club.
You know when you get like, they have like overstock tires they give you at like crit creams?
Yeah. They give him like one extra piece of cake at dinner. They're like, that's for your effort for you, buddy. Hey! I killed myself for 100 miles.
Yeah, I'm like, hopefully they just give him like a freaking IV, dude. He looked like...
IV. He deserves a bag of cash from Van der Poel. I would even say he deserves a car. Give this guy a car. You know how like NFL quarterbacks give their offensive linemen like some awesome extravagant gift at the end of the year? That's what I think his status is after a move like this today. So he's my winner, one of my winners of the day. How about this winner of the day? When the race got really active and spicy in the crosswind, guess who actually was at the front? Primoz Roglic. First time I've seen this guy on screen that wasn't like Primoz is off the back. Yeah. First time I was like, hey, maybe this is a win for Primoz today.
Primoz has stopped to take a photo with fans.
Right. Yeah. All the headlines I've heard about Primoz this week have been negative. Primoz says he doesn't care about the tour anymore.
Primoz unaware the race started.
Primoz, a flat earther.
Yeah.
And then last winner of the day, I now call him No Team Tim Malier. Doesn't need a team. He can freelance his way to the front. What do you think? Any winners you would add for the day?
For the day? I mean, I would say Quinn Simmons a little bit because he did a lot of work to put Milan
Yeah.
in give him a fighting chance. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh God.
Oh, can I add an honorable mention winner of the day? How about the fans on the side of the road that have constructed this like basketball hoop to catch riders' water bottles when
Oh,
they
I've
throw them
seen
off
that. That's great.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, good innovation. I'm gonna give the fans a winner of the day one of these days for them. So it'll be today.
I do have one winner, which might segue into loser of the day too. Is the doctor who who put about 15 pounds of gauze on that German rider who lost like 3 feet of skin from the last
I didn't see
was
that.
flying.
Yeah, they always put too much gauze on doctors. Like that's what they teach you at day one of medical school. Always use too much gauze.
French medical school is this the gauze and cigarettes.
Yeah. You need gauze and cigarettes stat.
Yeah.
Now we sleep. All right, losers of the day. I got two. I got Team UAE for losing Almeida. I think that's a bummer. We already talked about that. But how about this for loser of the day? You know when Peacock goes, let's listen in onto some team radios, and then you can actually hear the communication. It's always a letdown. You always think like, this is going to be great. And it's like, guys, we need to stay at the front. You get the front, it's better.
Yeah.
Guys, it's going to be windy. You need to be aware.
Yeah.
Like, what are these instructions?
There was one that was vaguely interesting early on when Quinn was on the front. The Trek radio came on and says, well, we're trying to look for some friends to help us here, but it's not going well.
Oh, I saw that in a meme. That was true?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was something that came on. Like they were, I guess trying to
That's interesting.
Other spinners teams to help chase. But
yeah. Way better than like, guys, we're going to get bottles. If you need water, you let me know.
Yes.
Like, great. What's the point of this radio?
If you have to go pee-pee now because we are not stopping again.
guys, you stop hitting your sister in backseat. We have long trip. I turn car around. Okay, stay out of wind. Boop. Also, like they have that tour radio where like the referee car kind of gives like quick stats of like who's in the breakaway, what the gap is. I can like us as like the audience listen to the tour radio? Like is that online somewhere where we can?
Is.
Yeah, because like
radio tour.
Yeah, radio tour. Because the one time I was like driving a team car in the U.S. for a pro race, it was pretty interesting. Like number one, they do it in 3 languages. I forget and there's an order to it. Like they'll do the language of the country, then they'll do like the Olympic language, which is French, and then there's like a third one. And they'll do all 3 and they'll say like the race starts in 10K, race start, and then in French, it was pretty cool. And they're like, okay, off the front, this person, on the front chasing, like it was just like stats. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that was a US race. That was like Tour Utah. I drove the car for, 15 plus years ago. And I burned out the clutch. And so I thought that was pretty fun. Like, can we listen to this as viewers? Just give me the team, give me radio tour. That'd be cool. Maybe I'll look for that.
All right, you small ham radio fiends out there, send us a link.
I'll be like, remember those guys like in the 80s who would go to a football game live, but wear the headphones so they can listen to the broadcast of the game?
Preferred, broadcasters.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was like always like, dude, Dad, what is that guy doing? He's like, listen to the game. But we're at the game. He's like, he wants to hear it. Maybe I'll become that guy. Any other losers for today, Gravel Dan?
I mean, Milan was definitely a loser,
right? Would you call him a loser today? Because he got beat in that sprint, one versus one, pretty handily.
Yeah, he went too early. And
he did lead. Yeah, he opened it up.
And he had his team freaking chasing, like mad, like you said, like they were burning Quinn all day. Like and now it looks pretty stupid. Yeah. So
there's been a lot of Milan talk that he sprints too tall. Like he's like really
Oh yeah, they were talking
big
about
on the,
that
and he's like, he's
arrow.
not arrow enough.
Yeah.
And in the front on video of him and Miller today, I mean, it was way obvious that Miller gets lower than Milan. So do you buy into that Milan needs to take advantage of his arrowness?
Oh, absolutely. That was like, when Cavendish and who's the other guy? The other small, was it Robbie McEwen? Who's the small guy?
McEwen was a small guy. Yeah, Cavendish was pretty tiny. Caleb Ewan. Remember Caleb Ewan?
Caleb, yeah. They had chest to the stem,
Yes.
And
Milan is 6'3", though. Maybe he can't get over the stem.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he needs a longer reach or something. He's got to do something. So yeah, I agree. I don't like Milan though, as you know.
He should start wearing the arrow helmet in the road race, like some of these crazies are doing.
That guy Peacock cuts to who like visits the the cider houses and the window.
Oh, Steve Perino?
Yeah, Steve Perino did a little feature on Milan's helmet or something.
I saw that today. That was pretty good.
My favorite was he talked to an old guy in a van who's been going to the tour for 47 years and just has notebooks of stats he keeps handwriting them. And he's he doesn't speak any English. And
it does get a little Hugh Hauser-y. Do you know who Hugh Hauser is?
Yeah. Wow.
It gets a little Hugh Hauser-y in the middle of the stage with Steve Perino's like, now we're going to go over here to this guy who makes cheese.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know how we're going to beat that. And it's like, so you make the cheese? Oh, you bought it. Just nonsense interviews from fans. Yeah. Steve Perino, Hugh Hauser.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. This segment is called Media GC. I rate my 3 podcasts / YouTube shows that I listen to after the tour. And we're going to go down a countdown of who got the most views for yesterday's stage. So, those 3 candidates are The Move, The Lanterne Rouge, and The Butterfly Effect. So, for stage 8, how many views do you think The Move podcast got on YouTube, Dan?
Wait, I have to guess the views?
Yeah. What do you think?
On YouTube, they're broadcasting.
Because you're not the biggest fan of the Move podcast.
Oh god, I feel like this number is going to be insanely high or insanely low, so I'm just going to say 200,000.
Yeah, you're way high, Dan. 25K. 25K.
Well, I guess if we've only been 24 hours, that would be
right. This was yesterday's stage. All right, what do you think the Lanterne Rouge got?
15. He's pretty popular, right?
I listened to it.
10K.
Okay, you're closer. 14K.
I did.
And now, The Butterfly Effect with Chris Horner. Did you see he has a sponsor now and he just hangs their banner behind him?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out what they are.
We don't know. Chris Horner is the ultimate DIY dad. Turn on the camera. I got something to say. All right, you want to edit it?
I'm pretty sure it is his son who films him.
I think it's his son who helps, which I found him on Strava, and the son just started riding, and the son just put in some serious miles in his first 8 months of riding a bicycle.
Yeah, they've done some features about his first one. I think he's been into motocross or something like that.
Right. Yeah, he's got Horner genetics. Somehow motocross carries over to cycling. Somehow, some way.
For sure,
yeah. So it's the ultimate DIY, son, turn on the camera, I'm going to start talking project from Chris Horner. He always wears a button-down shirt, tucks his shirt into his jeans, and he just goes. So I was thinking, can Horner be on Peacock or can he be on, a studio show? But I don't think he would be any good other than what he does now. I think that's the only way you get the best Horner.
He would be impossible to direct, impossible to work with a producer, right. Not follow rules.
Right.
He pronounces things the way he wants to pronounce them. So he puts his stuff on pretty late in the day.
Yeah, he is the latest of the uploads. Lanterne Rouge does a live feed as soon as the stage ends. The Move is somewhere a few hours after that. And then Chris Horner puts it up sometime 8 o'clock Pacific time.
Yeah, so I'm saying he's gotten 5K.
The butterfly effect had for yesterday 27K.
Damn.
So they take the belt. Chris Horner has the belt as
I
of
guess it's
yesterday.
that prime time thing. People are
Yeah.
maybe that
Well,
West
two
Coast.
stages ago, the butterfly effect got 80K.
Wow.
Blew everybody out of the water. I mean, the move had like 55K that day. The butterfly had 80K. So somehow they got it really blew up. And speaking of blowing up, couple of my one of my episodes a few days ago, Dan, got some good views. So we're trending up here.
200K.
No, we didn't get 200K. Oh wait, hold on. My mom might have watched it 100 times. So
All right.
that might got my mom's a big fan. So the butterfly effect takes the belt for this for today.
Sweet.
For today's viewership.
He is my favorite. I love Chris Horner.
He's your favorite. Okay, is that your go-to? What else do you listen to post stage?
I mean, honestly, he's the only one
That's the only one.
And then I'll listen to him, and then the GCN racing show, which is not a daily thing.
I was gonna say I didn't think they did a daily tour stage. Do they?
No, it's like a weekly.
They do the week. Okay, yeah, I've seen that one. That's like as close to like the Tonight Show with Jay Leno as you get. Because they got a studio, they got topics. They're like, keep it going for Kevin Eubanks and the Tonight Show band. Coming up after the break, we got Freddie Prinze Jr.
Did you hear about this? Did you hear
about this? It was so windy it was so rainy in LA today. Meteorologists deemed the LA River almost empty. Folks, we got a great show for you today. We've got the Goo Goo Dolls. We'll be right back.
Have you seen him at Flappers recently? Is he still doing his Caitlyn Jenner joke?
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I saw him a few times, but it was a few years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I saw him a couple times, and he did a joke years ago, but he clearly loves it because he still does it.
He likes to keep his material in rotation. Yes, that is true. Jay Leno. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
He's going to be in our lives forever. He's never going away.
No, he's not.
I don't even think Jay Leno likes comedy, to be honest. I think it's just something he does, and he likes cars. I think he just likes his cars.
I totally agree. Like, it's such a weird vibe. Like, he doesn't bring a personal touch to comedy at all, which is fine. But like Paul Reiser was the same way. It was an observational comic. But I've seen Paul Reiser at Flappers for an hour, and he'll do some of that stuff, but also it'll get very personal, like tell stories, and you're very good at connecting with people.
Yeah. Jay Leno is just jokes, like monologue jokes. It's kind of like we just have such a relationship with him because of the Tonight Show. I think we're like comfortable with listening to him and stuff, but yeah, he's just like, I got jokes to do. I'm doing them. And then I'm going to my garage.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go ride a motorcycle.
His car show, who talks way more about himself.
That's his passion. He's a car guy who does stand up. That's Jay Leno. Yeah. We'll get him on the Zoom.
Right. Let's get him. Jay, call us up.
All right. Tomorrow, stage 10. It is officially D-Day. Tomorrow. It's 165 kilometers. It's a mountain stage. Here's the profile, Dan. If you want to cry, feel free. It starts with 5 Category 2 climbs, then a Cat 3, then 2 Category 2 climbs, all in 165 kilometers. What do you think for tomorrow? Let's start breakaway first. Who do you want to see in the breakaway? Like, what if the guy in 10th GC got in the breakaway tomorrow? Not impossible.
Right.
So are you hoping for a large breakaway, small, solo? How would you like the stage to go tomorrow?
I want to see a pretty large breakaway, like a dozen guys, and some of those, all-arounder GC teammate guys. Like, I want to see Wout in there,
Ooh, that'd be a fun breakaway. Satellite rider, is that what we're going to see tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly. I want to see some satellite riding.
From Visma?
Yeah. And
Soudal should try this too, because I'm not that confident in Soudal supporting Remco tomorrow.
And I think the GC team should work really hard to get somebody in the break and try to keep UAE out of it. and try to chisel away that way. I want to see Archaea have somebody in there.
Yep, Archaea would be good.
I want Volkland to do something, and but yeah, God, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I want to see Intermarché do something too. So I don't know. I hope we have a good big break with some good representation for people that might actually. I think this is going to be a breakaway stage winner. Like this is going to be
really. Oh wow, that's your hottest take of the day. First mountain day in the tour, and you think a breakaway could stay away? Interesting. Wow. Well, we got to get Jay Leno in here on this.
Really hard days. They're good. If I guess it'll depend. Yeah, if they can get a low profile break going, or a big break and then a sub break, or they're going to let them and not care, then yeah, I feel like these hard days are the day for that. But
the break is going to be so critical tomorrow. Like if you're the teams that have no GC guy like EF, like you got to get in this break tomorrow. This is Ben Healy will try again. But this could be a great. This is an idea for Ben Healy. I don't know if he can make it over so many mountains, but he's got to try tomorrow. He's got to be in the break. The Intermarchés, got to be in the break. A French team like Total Energies has got to be in the break. And you know who else needs to make this break tomorrow is Ineos. They came here to this tour with nobody. We didn't think Geraint Thomas was going to be a GC threat. They have no sprinter. Yeah. Have they gotten any breaks this whole tour? Well, Geraint got in that one.
Was in that one and then got dropped.
Right, he got in that one. That's true. Ineos has got to do something.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Geraint Thomas. I thought he retired. Like, good for him. But I'm like, kind of giving that vibes of when like a semi-retired baseball player was also the manager. You know,
right? He's a player coach, like Bill Russell.
Yeah.
He might turn into. Also, that goes the wrong way when he turns into the version of Aaron Rodgers, where he's kind of like the old wily veteran. He's seen it all. He knows it all. And thus doesn't like anybody talking to him or telling him anything. He's like,
that's true, yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Hey, Aaron Rodgers, high five. Good touchdown. No. Hey, I don't like the way this is going. Fire my coach.
Totally.
My God. Okay, I'm with you. I'm hoping for a great, fun breakaway tomorrow. And I love it when it's a threat that the breakaway can stay away and the group is slowly catching them over the last hour of that stage. And then they catch them.
I hope it's a big one that gets shattered to pieces.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a little bit confused. And then
right. And then they're like, oh, they caught this guy who was dropped from the break. Who's next? This guy who's from the break. Next. And then they catch the last two, like in the last, couple kilometers, and they try and hang on for like a little bit and then get dropped. And they just have this awesome day. But it's going to be chaos tomorrow. Like the riders are going to be spread out all over the course tomorrow. So I would say it's not entirely impossible. We get some time cuts tomorrow.
How much climbing is it total, I want to see?
I want to say it's like 14,000 feet. It might be more. It's going to be all in 165 kilometers. So that's about 100 miles. A little over 100 miles. 5 category 2s. Then a 3. Then a 2. Then a 2.
Yeah, close to 15,000 feet.
Jeez. Get ready tomorrow. So do you think it's a Pogačar win? If you were to put your money, who's got the best odds? Pogačar? Then Jonas? How much time do you think Primoz loses tomorrow? Would you go?
Primoz oversleeps.
Would you say he doesn't make the start?
Oh man. Yeah, Pogačar, of course.
Yeah, solid pick. Although he's been a little reserved on some stages, but I don't think he can hold these guys back on the first mountain.
Yeah.
Of the tour. I'm gonna hope for Jorgensen. I'm going out on a limb. I'm gonna hope for our man Matteo Jorgensen.
God, I don't see that happening. But
okay. This is based on hope.
Will Barta.
Oh my God, Dan! How dare you make a mockery of my show?
I'm holding on Barta, man.
I'm gonna talk to Jay Leno about you. All right, that was the Running It Back Network's tour recap show with our special guest, Gravel Dan, in the house. We'll be texting tomorrow, no doubt about it. It's a Monday mountain stage. This is different for us. So that's going on. Be ready tomorrow, everybody. For me, Patrick Ramirez, for Dan Dowling. Enjoy the stage tomorrow, everybody. We'll see you then.
Bye.